Hey everyone, hope everything is going well. This week in Hanky Panky, there isn't a whole lot to discuss, but we can take a look at Rattle Pokemons. Are Pokemon card restocks still a battleground? So let's take a look at this video that he did about 5 days ago.
The restock.
Pokemon cards. Look at you. Fucking 40-year-old man, bro. Calm down. Cut the line if you're that pressed. Cut the fucking line, bro. If you're that pressed, nobody gives a fuck. You're a fucking child-ass man, bro.
Her brother's fighting with the guy too, but
Man, bro, I was here since 5:30 in the morning. You really think I'm pressed? I don't give a fuck, bro. You really think I care?
this is how you get releases canceled.
Man, crying. You're fucking weird, bro. Literally. Okay. Calm down, bro. Before I call security. Stop right here. Stop right here, bro. If you have a problem, go in front of us. Have a problem, stand right there. Yeah, Yo, I'm literally recording right now. You're threatening.
This is wild. Okay. There are a lot of ways to make money. And people are, going to these places probably to get Pokemon cards and flip it. People have the right to do what you want, but fighting over Pokemon cards, sports cards, come on, come on. You could trade options and make a ton of money if you wanted to, if you learn how to analyze the trends. But I digress. But going to Google Trends, I'm just looking at comparing 2021, the top of a lot of markets. The trend was at 90, February 7th through February 13th, when Sasha T, bought that one card where he thought it was going to go to $1 million, but it didn't. And it was bottoming out, and then boom, right around, where Trump got elected and Bitcoin started to go up. So that, just remember that Trump was, he was going to win. That's what the numbers were showing for the most part. Crypto was going up and Pokemon interest just went up through the roof. So February 1st, 2025, it hit 100. I find that very interesting because the top of the market was, a lot of people thought, was February of 2021. Okay. Then go to sports cars, Google Trends. This was 100, when I was looking at it, a couple of years ago, but it says 91. They're saying that there was more interest. This is wild. In February of 2025. Okay. That's what the Google Trends is showing me, right? Just looking at the data. Yeah, some cards have definitely gone higher. But what was similar to February 2021 for sports cards and Pokemon today? Remember these headlines? Brookfield, Target, trading cards, fight, video release. People, grown men were fighting over cars, man. Like, dude, what's up with that? Once again, you can make money flipping stocks, options, rather than Pokemon cards, sports cards. And now we're seeing, this video was captured fighting. This dude threatened to blow some dude's head off. And like, what the hey? If you want to buy cards, just buy it online. Enjoy yourself. No need to fight. That's how I view it. Okay. Now, there was this one article. I think what got me interested in covering this is you had Collect talk about it. I think VVG also was talking about this. Pokemon cards dominating grading submissions 2025. And if you go back to 2021, a whole bunch of sports cards were dominating grading submissions in 2021, right when sports cards topped out. So, I'm not telling you what to buy, what to invest. I'm just looking at what I see in front of me. Now, this is probably a story that not many people are going to cover. I remember there were people that were saying like, you're not going after the P files. I did do an Instagram video where this Cardboard Life covered, where this dude was going to a show, and I said, hey, look, he still is selling on Comp C. Should he be selling on Comp C? I don't think he should be, but it is what it is. That's how I covered it at that time. I thought it was like an isolated incident, but this time, wow. Allegedly, okay, let me be careful with what I'm saying. This Cardboard Life did a post 3, 4 days ago, and he got some intel that allegedly some guy with Hobby House did some inappropriate things with kids, allegedly. And this Cardboard Life thought he had enough receipts, substantiation, so he put some sort of post on this. Within a day, his account got revoked. His thread got deleted. And he wasn't there for a few days. So I talked about him like, this is weird. No one's talking about it, only through the DMs. That's where I first found out about this. Just my followers told me, hey, look, I'm like, this is crazy because he's one of the few people that call things out. And he does have receipts. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to be careful with what I'm saying. If the allegations are true and what he posted, this is a huge problem. If this is true, Hobby House needs to have some sort of response where it appears that one of their employees may have done something inappropriately with kids. Yes, it may have been a while back, but they need to answer. They need to, definitely have some sort of statement. But like, no one is touching this. Like, no one is touching it besides this Cardboard Life, and he had his account revoked. And I did a post on my Instagram saying, hey, look, you have individuals that in society that are P-files within our government, within Hollywood, within the music industry, and they're compromised. I hope the sports card hobby doesn't turn into it. I mean, this Cardboard Life, assuming his information's correct, I mean, if these firms are not doing their background check, holy moly, this is a huge problem. And if some people are associated with fanatics, good Lord, this is just insane. Absolutely insane. And you have to remember that PSA and Fanatics has a huge stranglehold over content creators. So their hands are tied behind their back. So they're not going to touch this. And then the other thing is they're told you cannot shout out certain people unless if it's a big story. So you can't shout out this Cardboard Life. Even though I'm a small channel, a lot of people won't be shouting me out. A lot of people, they really don't want to shout out Sports Card Radio, but they're too big. They sometimes shout out Dan the Cardman. But taboo topics are not allowed to be discussed. You have to ask yourself why. I mean, yeah, they may have some plants where you may get some decent information, but they're not going to tell the whole truth. This is just insane. Flat out insane. The people that were virtue signaling about the Backyard Bros a month ago are totally silent. Why is that? Why is that? Anyways, let me know your thoughts for the shortened video, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.